Hello everybody, welcome back to the UNE College of Business YouTube series. Today I'm here with Jaidin, and now if you could tell everybody a little bit about why you're here with me today.
Jaidin, sophomore, finance major with a minor in entrepreneurship. Just glad to be here to have an opportunity to talk about an app I'm working on, a little startup project, and some insight about the College of Business.
So I got a little email before this when we were setting this up.
Yeah.
Something about Jaidin's a student here. He has a business. Yeah. I'm like, oh, really? Well, that's pretty unique. I don't feel like I hear a lot of younger people who are really looking into starting businesses. So
Correct.
I'm wondering what kind of businesses are you getting into, and what are you looking to achieve?
Well, I thought of an app that would help students locate parking spaces on campus. It's a headache that I think we've all dealt with, and I just think it's a good solution and one that's necessary to just like reduce overflow and congestion, and help people save money, gas, mental bandwidth. And so I just like, how am I going to solve this? Because if no one else does it, then there's going to be no solution.
Right. I definitely hear a lot of people, they'll talk to me about, I don't have a car here, but a lot of my friends who do. They'll say, oh man, I had to drive all the way to the forum to get a parking spot and walk all the way back. And I think if they knew, so the goal is so that people know what parking spots are open, right?
Correct.
That's kind of what it is like.
Which lots are open, who they're available to specifically, because not all students are able to park everywhere. Some are just for faculty, visitors, etc. How many spots are available, just so they get an idea of like what's going on around campus in terms of parking.
Nice. That does sound like a pretty handy tool, I would
Correct.
say. Now, something that's important when you're kind of developing something or creating a business, starting with a small idea, is allowing it to be scalable.
Yep.
Right? So how are you looking to sustain that throughout the development of your project?
Well, definitely starting with a minimal viable product here at UNE. Get it running, getting tested, feedback, making it better, and then taking it, contracting it to other universities. So not only University of New England students can enjoy it, but maybe other campuses like the Portland campus, or just other universities in Maine and around the nation as well. I think parking is an issue that students around the country deal with, not just here. So I'd love to give them that as well.
So you've got a pretty universal issue here.
Yep.
So I think that's pretty great. So as far as kind of discovering this gap, right? One thing you want to do when you're developing a product or an idea is you need to look for gaps in the market and realize what problems are there. So what kind of initially made you aware that this was an idea that was on such a scale that it needed a solution?
So I definitely thought of the idea during last semester when I was a freshman in a class with Jeremy Payer. I think something I've learned that was very important to me, and definitely when it comes to finding solutions in problems, we tend to just think of problems and like create them ourselves, and I think there's a wrong way of going about it. You're supposed to be identifying issues, not creating them, because what a lot of people do is like they create a solution for a problem that not necessarily anybody has, and they're like, okay, people are going to buy it, and that wasn't how I went about it. I was thinking about, as a student here, in my own shoes, because who else do you know better than yourself?
Right. Perfect.
What issues do I experience? And then we're going to take that and go, okay, well, this is something I struggle with. Do other people struggle with that as well? And I was like, okay, so parking is something that other people struggle with. So I identified a gap that was there. I didn't create an issue just so I could make a business and market it. I found something that was actually real. And then I decided, okay, now if I have a problem, is there a solution? And then I went online, and instead of looking into it in a view or perspective of, okay, I'm trying to create this, I just looked at it in a view of, is there a solution? As if I was actually a customer. Right. And I was intently looking, I just didn't find anything. So I was like, okay, there's a solution. There's not really a strong competition in the market, so therefore that means there is somewhere I can step in.
Right, so you realize, hey, there is an opportunity here. Now that I've realized, oh, maybe there's a problem, and then you put in that work to realize, hey, maybe this is something I could actually do feasibly.
Correct.
So you think that some people might be taking kind of a backwards look on this, where they're saying, maybe people could use this if this issue was present. But the issue is that problem they're trying to fix was never really present in the first place. Okay, I think that's a crucial step, I would say.
I think it is a very crucial step. I think people have this idea of like, this would be so cool if this was the thing, or if this was something that could sell. And then they're like, all right, I'm just going to create it and just sell it to people. When it comes in terms of services and stuff like that, especially in the service market, not necessarily the product, that's not how things work.
You need to be realistic about it, you're
Yes,
saying?
you have to be realistic. You have to
Understood.
see, okay, is there an actual issue that I can solve? Because people want to give you their money for, a couple of reasons. Either to make themselves more money, get themselves time, get themselves a product that they would like, or get themselves a service. And the one that I'm focusing on is service, obviously, and time, and somewhat, I think, money. But
Right.
if you aren't doing any four of those things, and you're just like, I think it'd be cool to make a service that does this, and it's not something they need, I don't think that it's gonna end well.
Right. So there's definitely a wealth of ideas out there, I'd say, of people who are like, hey, I want to do this, or hey, I think I could do this to make this better. There's a lot of ideas. But here in this situation, you're able to kind of elevate that and make it into something tangible. So how do you get past that step of taking your idea and turning it into something that you can actually work on and build upon, instead of just letting it sit as an idea and letting it kind of be stagnant?
Well, number one, I've always wanted to be an entrepreneur. That is my dream. I came to UNE with the idea of saying I'm going to be an entrepreneur. The only reason I am in college right now is because I was like, I don't want to just go ahead and start a business. I would like to have a degree to fall back on,
Perfect.
which is why my major is not entrepreneurship, it's finance, in case I ever actually need to get a job. With that being said, this isn't the first time I've ever tried to do a startup. In high school, I started a clothing brand. I went into SMMA and started an email marketing service. End of high school, started like around freshman year of college, started another clothing brand and just overall Instagram brand. So I'm always trying to start something and always do the thing of entrepreneurship, because something I value is time.
Very
Just
limited
working
resource.
for myself and making my own schedule, and so entrepreneurship gives that to me. With that being said, I see it and I'm like, okay, I have to go for it, and I know that if I don't do it, no one else is going to do it, and no one else is going to push me. So I know that I have to take steps gradually to do it as well. A big thing I recommend is telling people, but telling the right people.
Okay.
Because some people don't want the best for you. In fact, like in life, there's very few friends here. A lot of people are competitors, and if they aren't succeeding, sometimes they don't want you to succeed as well.
Right.
So telling the right people is always important. So I did that, thankfully. I told my professor, he was very interested in the project, Jeremy Pear, and then I told my best friend Vaughn, and Vaughn had some connections, and that got me the ball rolling.
Shout out Vaughn.
Yeah,
Hope you're watching.
Vaughn James, Marine Entrepreneurship, best friend since freshman year of high school.
Wow.
Great guy. Got the ball rolling, connected me with some investors and stuff like that, and just slowly going about it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So what I'm understanding is that entrepreneurship comes down a lot to what, like yourself.
Correct.
Is self-motivation and allowing your inspiration to actually take you somewhere.
Yeah, I think self-motivation is a very big part of it. No one else is going to be holding your hand and say, let's go, you got to do this. It's not like a job where like your boss comes around the corner and says like, hey, get back to work.
Yeah.
You got to stay on top of yourself. I don't think it's necessarily all on you. I think that is something a lot of people mistake for entrepreneurship as well, and I have as well. You are going to need other people.
Yeah, of course.
Other people are going to get involved. So always being open to that. But at the end of the day, knowing that like if you're the head of the project, you have to be the one to push yourself and others.
Right. Okay. So somebody has to step up. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to just be you, but initially you got to be the one to step
Correct.
up.
Especially in the beginning, it's a lot of the legwork is going to be on you.
Yeah. You spoke a little bit about some of the resources that you've had here at UNE that have helped you bring this project to something tangible. Are there any other resources that you would speak to that other people might want to go to as a resource if they're looking to do anything similar to what you're doing?
Here at UNE?
Yeah.
Professors, man. Professors want nothing but the best for you here at UNE. They want you to succeed, especially in the early years of the College of Business. I remember my first day I came here at the College of Business on like a tour before my freshman year. I asked the question, I was like, why should I choose UNE for College of Business? And they gave me a really great answer. The answer was like, if we're starting out, we want the best numbers, we want to succeed, we want to look good. So we're going to want to push you and make you do better so we can market that to other people as well.
Okay, success story type
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. So I know for a fact that they want me to succeed.
Right.
I never hesitate to ask any of them for help. They all have been there, whether it was Norm, Gulshan, Jeremy Pear, and they just immediately are on it, emailing back right away,
Right.
and connecting me with the right people to move forward. So I think that's the biggest one in terms of
Yeah.
who you know.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with you that professors are one of the greatest resources that we have here.
Cool.
In fact, some of you might already know I'm sitting here in this chair because of Gulshan, a professor of mine. So I would definitely say that's where a lot of opportunities can arise. So
100%.
that's good to hear. So we talked a lot about how entrepreneurship isn't something you're doing on your own.
Yeah.
You've got other people helping you, like professors and investors and whatnot. But as far as this project goes itself, do you have others that are helping you, like a team of people who are working on this with you? And I wanted to ask you a little bit about how important you think having a team is, and maybe team building activities and that kind of realm.
Team building is very important, especially when you're developing an app or a big project or something you want to scale. Because at the end of the day, if you're making millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars, being able to run all that on your own is going to be very difficult and time consuming, which is the ultimate reason I went to entrepreneurship, was for that time freeing principle. I have some people I'm working with that are definitely interested. I wouldn't necessarily say they're on the team, but I would love to have them on it. My friend Vaughn is definitely involved. Emmy Perry, former president of USG, really good friend, awesome, love her. And again, working with Jeremy Pear, very helpful when it comes to entrepreneurship. Like, he's up there with Lisa in the entrepreneurship department, so very helpful. Working with Norm, and yeah, that seems to be it as of now. Very starting small, but always looking to grow, trying to find some guys who could do IT.
Right.
So if you're watching and you know anything about Python or anything like that, please come find me. I need you.
Yep. Always open to finding help.
For sure.
So if anybody's interested in helping, hey, maybe we could throw his email in the description for you guys. Feel free to reach out.
Please.
Absolutely. So team building obviously is very important. Got to have those team members, guys. We're gonna make it happen. All right. Appreciate all of you. Okay.
Yes.
So obviously there are challenges. I guess that could be one of them. Running team is a challenge. Are there any challenges that you are finding as far as this goes that you were not expecting? I mean, you're going to expect some challenges when you go into something like this. You have the challenge of what we talked about in the beginning, finding a feasible idea. You got a problem of funding. That's all bound to happen. But is there anything that you were not expecting to find as a challenge going into this?
A lot of moving parts.
Yeah.
A lot of moving parts. It's not just a straightforward process where it's like, okay, I have this app, let me just create it and go put it out there, boom. You need permission from like security. You can't just put your cameras up on a lot. Where are you getting these cameras from? Security has to approve those. Who's installing them? School has to know about that as well. Who's funding it all? Okay, now what software are you using? Are you creating it yourself? Are you finding other people to do it? Once you have that done, okay, now who's doing the app again? Are you creating that yourself? How is that going to it? Who's running the servers? So it's a lot of steps, and I was like, okay, once starting it and laying in bed and thinking about it, you don't think about all this right away, but one by one they come around and they're okay, I gotta manage this, I have to manage this.
Right.
So it's a lot, but I'm grateful. Definitely think funding is expected. That's definitely an expected issue.
Right.
So just try and mitigate that and figure it out. But yeah, I'd say as for unexpected, how many parts of the puzzle are included in this set? And I don't like it, but well, it's great. It's great. You know, I feel like I am maturing and growing and taking on responsibility, and I love it. So at the same time,
Right.
So, yeah, it's great.
You know, devil's in the details, but
Yeah.
you'll be better for it.
100%.
On the end of it.
You know, if you're not pushing yourself, what are you doing?
Yeah. I mean, we talked a little bit about that last time, how it's really all about trying and facing those challenges and growing from it and not letting them kind of knock you down.
Yeah, no. I read out from a book. Only easy day was yesterday.
Okay. I like that.
So-
We're going to put that on a poster.
Right?
Put that somewhere.
I know,
Not a lot of wall space here, but maybe we can figure something out. Right?
100%. Yeah. You know, every day you gotta wake up with the mentality that like I'm gonna work harder than yesterday, and you know I'm not gonna waste it because time is precious.
Yes, it is.
You know, so you don't have every day promised. You don't have tomorrow promised. So you know, what are you gonna do today to make it count?
Right.
And
Wow.
So that's very, very big and always in the back of my head. Yeah.
That's very
Also,
profound.
unexpected challenge. Again, like I said, the idea that no one is pushing you. You know, there would be times where I would go a day or two or three and not do anything on this project. And I'm like, okay. I look back and I'm like, what is this project waiting on? And I look and I'm like, it's waiting on me.
Right.
Like, I have to be
Like,
the
oh,
one to
shoot.
go, like, I gotta have to do something.
Right.
Because if I don't, then no one's gonna do anything, especially in a startup.
Well, I think that's a very good angle to take. I think you've kind of got a lot of this down. It sounds like you're
Yeah.
a very well-versed person here.
I have a lot of great mentors in my life.
Yeah.
Vaughn's dad is an entrepreneur himself. So really giving me insight in business and hard work ethic and just overall life wisdom. And
Right.
obviously my parents and stuff. So it's been great.
So it sounds to me like you've definitely picked up a lot of different pieces of advice, a lot of maybe pieces of mentalities from a lot of different people here.
Yeah.
So if you could give one main takeaway or one big piece of advice to somebody who is new to the College of Business or is new to entrepreneurial ventures, what would you say as your one big piece of advice?
Talk to people. You ever heard the saying, like, it's about who you know, not what you know?
Yes.
Very, very true. I could be the smartest guy in the college, and if I just sit in my dorm after class every day and don't talk to anyone, I'm probably going to have a hard time getting a job or succeeding in anything entrepreneurial.
Right.
If I don't talk to people. Again, like I said, the only reason I got this thing rolling was because I told my best friend and others about it. So I definitely think that networking is very important. Just getting you involved in the community. Always try to get involved, especially in a small college. It's really great. Really gets you out there and meeting other people. And one day or another, they're probably going to come around and be able to help you with whatever you need and whatever ventures you're on. So definitely talking to people and networking is very important. And I recommend, if you're a first year, do not hesitate.
Right. Yeah, I think it is a great piece of advice to just to talk to people. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are going to be maybe scared or a little nervous to talk to people, but at the end of the day, you just kind of have to roll with it. That is something that you're going to feel. And I think that's something that once you learn to accept it, well, you're going to open up a whole bunch of new doors.
Yep.
Because at the end of the day, they're all just people.
100%. They're just like you.
They're just like you. There's nothing to be scared of when it comes to putting yourself out there and networking, because everybody's just looking to talk to new people and make new connections and find new opportunities. So I definitely think you made a pretty great point.
100%. Don't hesitate to talk to people. In fact, it's the people that you expect the least amount, like out of nowhere. They just be there, tell people something you don't expect.
Right.
And it doesn't even have to be on like the type of aspect of, okay, I'm talking to this person because I'm expecting to network with them and to further my future career. Like, just talking to them on a friendly level, getting to know them. It means a lot to people, and asking how their day is going, and that helps out.
One thing that I think is important too is looking over the horizon. What's next, right?
Correct.
So I wanted to ask you, as far as your business and your app goes, when you're looking over the horizon, what do you see? What is your ultimate vision and goal for this project?
Get this thing nationwide.
Yeah.
Yep, and then hopefully globally after that. I know parking is probably worst in Boston or New York than it is in Biddeford, Maine, in terms of college campus. So I know for a fact if we're dealing with a parking issue here, I know they're definitely dealing with it there. And I don't know whether or not they have a parking solution to it, but I doubt they do in terms of what we're thinking. And so trying to get this done here, hopefully by next semester or the semester after, get it up and running, proof of concept, just really making it like a working product, and then taking to other universities under contract and really making it big.
That's perfect. Hey, everybody, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you have anything if you want to be in this seat right here, like we said, don't be afraid to talk, right? If you see me out in the hall, say, hey, Isaac, want me to be on the show? I'll say, absolutely, we'll make it happen. I appreciate all of you coming here and listening today, and I hope to see you next week. Goodbye.
Appreciate it. Thank you.